Willie, you okay now?
I'm good.
Hey, y'all, it's been a minute since we've been here. How about that? Y'all miss us? We
They
miss
missed
y'all.
Look,
us.
look at me
They
on
ain't miss
time
us.
and
They don't even
everything this
care.
week.
Man.
All right. Well, welcome to tonight's show. It is November 18th, 2024. It's about to be the end of the year. Y'all ready?
Man, no, this is moving
It's
too
like this
fast.
year just, I don't know, it like picked up and it's like we out.
Right.
I don't know. I
Well,
don't know.
listen, this has been
Huh?
the single best weather we've ever had for fall ever.
Well, we actually
It's
have fall
supposed to be like
weather.
80 still. No, hell no. I'm not looking for no fall weather. I'm perfectly good with the 70s and the 80s.
Yeah, oh,
Anything
yeah.
towards
This is the
30 is the hell
best
away from
summer
me.
fall it's ever been.
Absolutely.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know. But we got a great show lined up for y'all tonight. We're talking about being autism parents. Although Willie and Hype are not autism parents, we will have Dame join us shortly. We got somebody else joining us, and then me. We're gonna be talking about it. Of course, if you guys got questions, y'all can drop them in the comments section. Hey Tone,
Hey, what's
he
going
got
on?
his shirt on. I gotta get one of those. I'm gonna need one of those because that's so cute. I want one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tap you
There you
right
go,
on
Tone.
up.
Lean back now, Tone. Little product placement ain't never been
Yeah,
nothing
you
wrong
gotta
with
you
it
gotta
now.
lean back so we can see the whole shirt.
Yeah, I got you. Let me. I gotta get my
You got the
earphones
shades
right.
on in the house and everything. Okay.
That's me all day, every day. Yup.
The shades are a brand. They're part of the brand.
The part of the
Yeah,
brand.
they come
What
with
up,
me.
though?
Um. So all right. I don't know how you want to kick this off. So y'all want to like talk about like I guess we can introduce Tone for one. For those who don't know, act like you haven't known. You should know who Tone is. But Tone, introduce yourself.
Oh, hold on. Oh shoot, what's going
Yeah,
on?
technical difficulties. We got IT
Yeah,
on
all
the
right,
line.
set up. All right, there we go. There we go. Oh, what's
If I
going
say we
on?
got IT on the line.
Wait. We on? We on right now?
Yes,
Yeah,
we
oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
we
live.
right
already
now.
We
live.
on
We
We
live?
live,
live.
baby.
Oh, we on live. All right, my bad. I thought I came in being backstage. My bad. What's going on,
Hey,
y'all?
Ty.
My name, Tony Promoter, man. Like I said, I'm 1/8 of the podcast Link Live crew. You know what I mean? Came on. She asked me to come on the panel. You know what I mean? Talk about being an autism parent. That's what I'm here to do. What's going on, panel? How y'all doing? What's going on, world? Thank y'all for tuning in, man. I'm ready to talk about it. Let's get it.
So I don't
It's
think
crazy because y'all know I'm doing a series on autism, and I've had these three individuals on.
yes,
Uh,
and that's why
to
like
Yeah,
talk
and that's
about
what made
yeah.
me want to do the show because the conversation we had, I know we individually had with Hype. Of course, I listened to all of the episodes, and I feel like we talked about a lot on Hype show, but I feel like we didn't get into like day to day real life. Like, I mean, we talked about what we dealt with, like leading up to what we had to how we understood our child was. I came to find out our child was autistic and things that we deal with and stuff like that. But like I don't feel like we jumped into like the meat and potatoes, like the IEPs, the everyday life of the good days, the not so great days, the days that when you feel like this is a lot. I can't handle this, like, or because we as real people we go through it. Like we're 100% here for our babies, but it's some days it's harder than most, and some days are like cakewalks, and we appreciate the good days. And I don't think people understand like what our days could look like and stuff that we have to deal with as far as like IEPs, making sure our kids are getting what they need, especially when they're older. Like I know my child is still young. Dame's my child is actually older than Dame's. Tone, I believe your son is the oldest,
My
or the oldest
son.
out of us. So you've been through some of the stuff that we haven't even got to, but like just kind of getting that nuance of not just saying we're autism parents, this is what our kids are, but like understanding, like at least giving them a sneak peek or a snapshot into like daily life stuff that we have to deal with on a constant, not necessarily the outside looking in, but inside looking out. Like this is what our life is like. So I kind of wanted to dive a little deeper, and shout out to Hype for even allowing us to have his platform to talk about it. But and opening the door to just say, let's just have like this real ass conversation and get people on the outside to understand like every day is like an accomplishment of getting further in this thing called parenting our autistic kids. And like we love them, but like it ain't no cakewalk. It's not for the weak. So that's
can I
kind of what
start?
I want to get to.
So I'm gonna
But
start off with why I even wanted to do it.
mm-hmm,
Uh, my sister, my god sister, my sister, my little niece, our youngest kids is like a month apart, and my little
mm-hmm,
niece got autism. So like just going through that, because those was during the shutdown, kids. So it's like you talking really through text, through phone calls, and you can't physically be there. So just talking to her about these different situations and me just not even having a lack of understanding of even how to help or what does the help even look like or any of that. That's what made
Mhm.
me say, all right, well, let's try to shine a light on that, put this series together to help everybody else understand. Like you said, me and Willie don't personally have these situations in house, but we all know somebody who has this situation.
Mhm.
So it's like I didn't want to go too deep into any of the stories because like all of the stories are going to be different. Your son and Tone's son going to be different. Dame's situation going to be different. So it's like you kind of just want people to understand like these are some of the signs of what could be there. These are some of the things that I picked up on. Please don't feel like you're demeaning your don't feel like you're helping your child by not recognizing these signs or not just flat out going with something ain't right here and we need to do something because you're trying to protect yourself. And something that you just said, Sonny, we all human. Ain't nobody thinking you love your child no less because like it's day it's day 15 and like I ain't had a break. I ain't had a second to myself. Or you just might have a bad stretch going. It might be two just bad days. And all you needed was like that 15 minutes to just go in the bathroom and cry if that's what you wanted to do, or scroll endlessly on Instagram, laugh at a video or two. But some people don't get them breaks. And that's
Mhm.
why you
Right.
need the village to understand what the situation is so that it's like, look, I know that he or she is a lot to deal with, but before I snap or break, and then you snapping and breaking on this kid who can't even control what this is. Because this is something that they didn't do to themselves. They was born with this. This was the lot that they was given. So that was what made me like I said, want to shine a light on that. And episode 4 of the autism series is actually loading. So funny that we even doing this today.
Yeah, that's why I'm like super proud that we are, because I know so like I want to dive into I know a lot of people don't necessarily know what IEPs are. For those who don't have kids on any spectrum or with any learning disability or any type of disability that would cause them to have to learn a little different. So for those who don't know what an IEP is, it's I'm not going to say the acronyms, but it's basically a plan put in place to try to help. It's like a plan to put like to work with your child to make sure that they're learning. So like it's like a developmental plan that kind of gives somebody like where you're at as far as learning, what you need to work on, like so it kind of gives you the path to kind of get your kid where they need to be as at their own pace, but make sure that they're learning and they're taking in like they're testing them to make sure that they're learning what they need to learn, and it also figuring out a way to teach them, if that makes sense, and then what they need in place, like whether it's speech therapy, so if they may need more help with speech, OT, and I believe PT, and then it helps with like how to like some can even be broken down to behavior plans, so like how to stop certain behaviors and how to like well, not stop but redirect the behavior. So like working with all aspects to keep them focused on learning and then progression of their self and while they're learning in school. And for some of the parents, I don't know if Tone does it or Dame does. I think Dame does it, but I have people that come into the house. So he has ABA therapy as well. So they help with behaviors at home. They also help with social, me dealing with him with social outings, getting him um being able to tolerate social events and stuff like that. Him him being able to learn certain things like self-care, being able to like something simple as tying, if they're not able to tie their shoes, showing them how to tie their shoes, something to where they're learning how to wash themselves up, like get themselves dressed, like even to the point where you can also get them to learn how to do chores, like teach them how to do chores. So like it's whatever you need that child to be learning, they're set to help you show them how to do it in the way that they learn. So it's really directed by the kid. Tone?
I
Yeah.
got a question.
Oh, good.
What's that one chore that you like, boy, I wish he could do this? I want y'all both to answer that. Because I know they got that one thing that's like they always fucking with me with this. And I just wish one time his ass had to come over here and get this. What's that one thing, Tone?
Cooking, because all my son like to do is eat. So So that's all that boy do. You know what I mean? Cooking in the dishes. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all that boy do. He go get a new plate, a new cup every time he you know what I mean?
They
Want
can't
to
use the
get
dirty
something.
ones.
I'm like, yo, bro, no, go get the cup and the plate you just had, my man. Like, why you gotta go back into the cupboard or you know what I'm saying, the dish rack and get new stuff? Like, I ain't got. Why I'm washing 17 cups and 18 plates. You know what I'm saying, a night. Like, come on, bro.
I think for me, it's for my son, he's 11. I need him. I've been teaching him how to wash himself up because he's going through puberty. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't want to participate anymore. I can't carry. He's 5'2". I'm 5'3 3/4". Me carrying his little big ass. I call him my baby giant out of the tub like I used to when he was smaller. To now he look at me almost like he like basically right here to me. Yeah, I can't like it's I can't be carrying your big ass out the tub and then wiping you down and like I got him putting deodorant on, I got him putting clothes on, but like she in the shower like playing with the rag and ain't really like just putting on his body like that's not washing it. I don't want to do that no more. So for me, but they can't help with that because that's different. So
Right,
they can't help
right,
me with that. But
right.
I'm trying to help him with that and wash clothes.
No, you're right. You're right. So I ain't gonna front. I'm gonna have to piggyback on that too because
Yeah,
but I mean it's not a for me obviously it's not a bad deal. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm teaching him how to wash and grabbing a rag and washing certain
yeah.
parts
I
and
think his dad should be doing
things
that,
like
but not
that.
me. But
Yeah,
like,
right,
yeah,
right, right. That's what I'm
not
saying.
me.
Yeah, and yeah, for the most part, I probably do shower my son the most, and me and his mother obviously we're not together, but what I mean, I shower him here. You know what I'm saying? Every chance I get, and so I mean, I'm sure that she's doing the same at home, but I definitely give him the showers and yeah, there's a lot of them. So yeah, I'll be like, yeah, bro, I wish you just go up there, go up there and get in the shower, man. But he looks and repeats a lot of things that I do. You know what I mean? Like he'll know how to turn the handle on, but he probably don't know how to gauge how hot, cold it should be. But
Yeah,
he know the handles. He know what I'm saying. He go get the body wash. He go get the towel. You know what I
yeah,
mean? He knows how to do and what we need. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Because he'll say bubbles and he'll go get the bubbles if he want. Like I be
And
saying shower, he like bath. And no, he won't say bath. I'm sorry, I'm lying. He'll say bubbles. He'll let me know. Like if I say he's going crazy, because water calms him down for anything. So I just say once like I told you, Haim, the other day I was supposed to do a show with you, and he was just not having a good day whatsoever. And he was going off just set tripping all. I call it set tripping. He was set tripping all day. I don't even call him up now. He's straight set tripping. Everybody's against him. He like, I don't like nobody. I don't like this house. I'm fucking everything up. And I'm like, hey, yo, bro, like, you want to chill? And then so I like
hmm
shower. And he's like,
hmm
no, no. And I'm like, shower. He like, no. I put him in the shower. He's screaming for the first couple minutes. Then I get him in there half an hour. He having the best time ever. And then he tell me bubbles. I'm like, so now you went from the shower to a bath. At least with the
You
bath,
gotta get Zay
he's
a
soaking and
whirlpool,
getting the dirt off of him.
man.
I don't know. But I
My
have to
man
wash
go.
him up either before, like after the shower, I have to wash him up, like when he's done, like just hanging out in the water and jumping around and making splashes everywhere, or in the tub. I have to like wash him up after because it's like he's not like if I give him the soap and water, he's not going to use it for what it's supposed to be used for. So it's just like thank you. You just let the soap in the tub and now it's all basically gone or almost like yeah. So if I can get him to do it and do what he's supposed to do, that would be amazing. Taya asks, I know I'll ask you about the IEP, but before you get to that, Taya asks what ages were the kids diagnosed. My son was going into age 3. Tone what?
Yeah, my son was 2 going into probably he was definitely 2 going into 3.
Yeah,
And pretty much what sparked that for us was that what I mean, he when he before he turned 1, what I mean, he was doing the high and by like how the kids do, what I mean, as babies do. But then all of a sudden it just stopped. He really wouldn't say hi and bye to anybody. Wasn't really, repeating the mama, dad, what I mean, that a kid would do. Um, and then his motor skills just never progressed. You know what I mean? Like any kind of toy we would get him or blocks, whatever, he tried to put everything in his mouth. You know what I mean? Like wouldn't had a concept of trying to stack anything. Even giving him a like a crayon and some paper. He wouldn't think to try to write, or he was just always trying to put everything in his mouth. And you know what I mean? We was just like, well, we need to go get him, checked out because, like I said, he wasn't trying to talk. Like I said, motor skills wasn't like that. And then that's what happened. We had somebody, we took him to the doctors, sat him in a room, and they had a specialist, examine him, for about an hour and a half, and just watched us, engage with him, try to see what he can engage with us, and then they
Yeah.
deemed it like, yeah, what I mean, it was definitely something. So yeah, it was
I think,
definitely after 2.
yeah, I think for me it was he was talking. So it's for me it was different. He was talking. Mom, he was saying my daughter's name. I got X-Men babies. They both got X's. His is Xavier, hers Zaria. Not a common name. He said her name. He used to say mama, but never said mama. He said nan, like he was talking. He would be calling her all the time. He would eat with his like everybody know I cook, so he stayed eating. Like I remember the first Thanksgiving, he dove into the plate and was like trying to like feeding himself essentially, not correctly because he was a baby. Like he was like almost 2. But like he was doing like a 2-year-old does it, right? Just spilling shit all over the place, halfway getting in his mouth and everything. So he was doing all that. It was one day I went to his daycare. He was almost 3, and they did like I used to go. They used to have where you could read. You could read the books to the kids. So I went to his daycare and I was reading the books, and of course he came, sat on my lap. But all the other kids were. I like watched him with the other kids after I read, and I just was like, something's off, and he just regressed. So at that point, he was learning the potty train, and then he completely stopped. He stopped talking, and it's just like he wouldn't make eye contact when you would say his name. So for me, it was like he completely regressed. So it was like, what's going on? So and then he wouldn't answer to the name. He was toe walking. Like it was a lot of things that he was doing, and I was noticing. And the doctor was like, let's make sure he can hear. Let's make sure he didn't have an ear infection and lose his hearing. And we checked, his ears were fine. He heard perfectly. We sat with a neurologist for 2 hours. Essentially, I did 30 minutes with the I didn't think I did full 30 minutes. I was supposed to do 30 minutes. She did the whole time with him, playing with him, talking to him, interacting with him, seeing what he would do, everything for an hour and a half. And then she was just like, she had her little checklist, boop, boop, boop. And then she came and sat me down in the room after she let one of her people sit with him and play with him. And she explained to me what it was. I kind of was like, what? But like, yeah, he was almost 3. He had missed the early intervention. So then we placed him in the pre-K, and that's when he started getting the services he needed and stuff like that. But for me, it was he regressed. So it was like I saw it like in like, when you're a mom, your kids don't do things at home. You're not really they're lazy. And plus he had a big sister, so she was doing everything for him. So he didn't have to say too much because she just, he was this poor little boy. He was, and so he didn't have to do a lot of stuff. So I didn't really see it until he was around his peers that I saw that it was a disconnect. And that's when I was like, okay, that's when he got diagnosed. But my question to Tone about the IEPs, like how was your experience with the IEPs?
It's definitely better now. That we got him in a different school, and everything. Public school system wasn't the school he was at wasn't really they wasn't doing speech, you know what I mean? And then that's one thing that we thrive in and want for my son, because at a certain up until a certain age he wasn't talking at all, like trying to say anything, you know what I mean, at all. He was just make noise and did things like that. But we definitely have, like you said, people coming to the house, helping with the behaviors and, things like that. I definitely got a tutor that comes here, after school that works with him, with schooling and everything, just so he can kind of stay, level with the schooling. Because like I said, one thing about going to this new school is speech has definitely, came up, and he's reading words now off of papers. He's saying dad, he's calling me dad, you know what I mean? Like anytime he needs anything. So, he's definitely progressed, a lot with the extra help with the IEP, and like I said, one thing that I needed and we wanted to be top tier was the speech, because again, I know I'm not going to be around, all the time, to protect him or speak for him, or, tell people what he want out here, that's our goal to get him to be able to tell these people out here, what it is that he wants and how to, communicate when we just not there for him like that. Because I really feel as though, you know what I mean, like you said, like you opened up the show and said that this is, God only, I think, placed this on certain people, what I mean, people we think is really built for it. And what I mean, I could just, my experience going through this, I could just say that what I mean, you go through this alone, what I mean, you go through this, and obviously with the parent of the other child if they obviously involved. And what I mean, you get a lot of people that don't want to deal with it. You know what I'm
Or
saying?
don't
And shy it
understand.
away. Well, that too. You know what I
They
mean?
don't
Obviously, that's
understand,
the
or they
main thing.
don't want to, like you said, because I got people that have been around my son for years, but don't understand him. So when he does certain things, it's like, oh, well, blah, you're acting like somebody who hasn't met him or met me. So it's like,
Right. Like,
yeah,
yeah,
That's
like
I
the
what's
think we
this?
all
thing.
go through that.
That's the thing right there is the understanding of the situation. Like me and my sister having a conversation and she just telling me about like how many doctor's appointments she went to like in that week. And I'm like, not like I said, this it's the shutdown, so everything was different then. But it's having a complete lack of understanding of like, well, how the hell is that even like sometimes you gotta kind of explain it and walk people through it, but you also, like you said, they gotta kind of be wanting to know. Because
Yeah,
like some people will look at it and be like, "Oh no, I'm not dealing with that. That's your situation." And I mean, to each their own. Because you didn't get put in this situation, I did,
yeah,
and you might love me, but you might not just want to involve yourself in this situation. And it's like, yeah, you can feel a type of way, but ultimately at the end of the day, be like, damn, I can't really get mad at you because that ain't your situation. But
yeah,
So
for
so
those
and
people who do want to like educate themselves or help out with the situation, you really need to like sit them down, explain it to them, and break those little things down. Because like I said, man, you might just need 20 minutes today, and that 20 minutes might seem like the world to you because you haven't had any time,
yeah,
and this is a lot to deal with.
yeah,
yeah. So that's my thing about the situation with like family and close friends. What kind of challenges have you guys faced with being able to acclimate close family members to working with your kids or being around your kids and being and where have you been successful in kind of getting them to understand you know how to best interact or best if the situation is babysitting or if the situation is just coming to a family function at your house, that kind of thing. Like what kind of strategies have you guys used that have been successful in being able to kind of get people more comfortable in that situation when they're not
yeah. I feel like I struggle because I feel like talking like big like and then I'm gonna be completely transparent. And I know that will watch this and will be upset with me, but it's a fact. So I'm not saying fiction. I feel like for me it's a struggle. It's because with my son, he's now in puberty, so he's I don't want to say aggressive. He's more reactive, right? So he's upset, he throws himself, not necessarily he's not aggressive. So like he'll be upset and get mad and throw himself down or smack his head up against a wall or something like that. And it's like, no, Zay, blah, 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 calm down, whatever. And then so if I'm telling this, like if I'm having a conversation with a friend or family member like this, like Zay's on this and the third, I feel like it met with apprehension. So for me, I'm less likely, and maybe it's me being wrong, I'm not going to bring him around because your energy is going to fuck him up. Because if you're already apprehensive because whether or not he can verbally communicate this to you or not, he feels your energy. So if you're around him and you're apprehensive or you're anxious or you're nervous, which I understand for some people if you don't know him, but for the people that have been around him, he's a normal kid. The difference is energy. And even with me, if I'm having a bad day, and I say this about myself, if I suffer from depression and anxiety, right? So if I'm in a bad headspace, for me, I shut down and I'm quiet. I won't really talk to people. You won't see me on social media. I'm just in my own little world, in my own bubble. Like probably for me, I'll sleep. Right? That's what I'll do. I would rather do that than to be around a crowd of people because my energy is off. And because my energy is off, he feels it. So now he's on 10 because he can't focus. because he's like, it's almost like a baby when you're upset and you're trying to breastfeed a baby and the baby's is not latching on. They
Right.
like your energy is fucking them up. Same with him. Your energy. So I say check your energy. I had a mat that says check your energy at the door because it matters for me too. Like I'm not excluded from that. But then people personalize it like, oh, it's me. No, no, no. I'm asking you to check your energy because he can't handle it. So he's either gonna fight or flight. He's not gonna come for you. He's gonna be most likely he's coming towards me. If he's upset and you're throwing his energy off, he's either breaking a hole in my wall because he's upset. So now he broke a hole in my wall, but he's been in your house a million times and never done that. But now you apprehensive of letting him come to your house because you think he's gonna do that to your house. But he only does it with me, right? Because I'm mom. He can go with his dad, be upset. His dad can calm him down. But because I'm mom, I'm more nurturing. He's going to be a little bit extra with me. Whereas with his dad, he gets upset. His dad can calm him down, redirect him. I can do it too. Some days I'm successful. Some days I'm not. But if your energy is bad when you walk in here, or he feels like, or you give him the vibe that you don't want to be around him, or you're apprehensive to be around him, that's going to set him off. So either I have to remove him or you got to go. So for me, I won't bring him in situations where I know your energy is going to be off. So it could be a kid's birthday party, right? He goes to kids' birthday parties. Most people have cake and ice cream, like they cake out, the treats out, stuff like that, and the balloons. He's obsessed with balloons. You don't want him touching the balloons, but now he's at a party and he sees balloons. They're out, like the cake is out, it's snacks and stuff, but you want, like normal kids can wait. Now it's a battle for me he has to learn patience, right? He's still learning how to deal with patience. So rather than say, here, Xavier, this is just for you, because you already know how he is, it's a whole situation if he even goes near the table. So now he's not invited. It's plenty of kids. I have friends that, most of my friends have kids. Ask me how many times they call and invite me to take to my son to a birthday party or go anywhere out, like out pumpkin, like it's fall, pumpkin picking, apple picking, go to such and such. Not too many people invite me. Now I'll go to the event and say, hey, we're going here. You want to come? They're not coming to that either. Like at this point, I don't even throw birthday parties. I'm taking my son somewhere. Like I'm not, like that's where I'm at with it. Like it's no invites. I'm doing this for my son, whether you show up or not. You know I'm doing it. Like it's not even an invite because I'm not dealing with that, right? And that's where I'm at with it. And when with family, it's like I'll stay for a little bit until his energy is triggered. We out, and that's with anybody. I don't care where I'm at. He's my plus one always. If he's not invited, I'm not coming. Especially if it's something where I know kids are at. He's not invited. I ain't coming because you know I got one. What do you mean? Oh well, it's such and such. No, I'm good. I'll catch you on the next. I ain't even mad. I at this point I ain't even mad about it. I just know it's not something that's going to happen.
Right.
And I have hella kids with friends with kids all different ages. Some of them close to his age, when we don't get invited.
Yeah. Let's go to Tone.
Yeah, man. Family it's tough. It's tough with family. You know what I mean? Because they ask the questions and they'll say, how is he? How is he progressing? You know what I'm saying? And then a lot of people who follow me on my personal page, see how my son is progressing. With his behavior, his attitude, his learning skills and things like that nature. But that's why it's just really me and his mom. You know what I'm saying? That really go hard for our son. You know what I mean? Like, and we don't expect nobody. You know what I'm saying to do that. You know what I'm saying? You want that. You know what I mean? Because you think family should be there, but you get the invites, like you said, Sonny. You get the invites for my daughters. You know what I'm saying to come out and what I mean? Because I got two daughters and everything. Well, when they were younger, you know what I mean. My son was younger coming up. You get a lot of invites about them or picking them up and taking them places. And I'm like, no, I got three kids. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got two. You know what I mean? So don't just hit me up asking me, don't say, oh, yeah, invite my daughter. Like, no. If my son not welcome, none of them are. So, you know what I mean? You're like, yeah, it could be tough, man. But, that's why I go so hard. You know what I mean? Not just for my son, for all my kids, man. Like, you know what I mean? I had them, you know what I'm saying? God placed them in my life for, a reason. And, I take this dad thing very seriously. You know what I'm saying? I'm there for my kids each and every day. You know what I'm saying? And so, And yes, I do tell, you know what I mean, people, like I said, if you follow me, you see my son's progression. So, you know what I mean, you see how he's you know, and like Sonny said, it's tough with him behavior, you know what I'm saying? Why it's like, you know what I mean, everything ain't peaches and cream, like, you know what I mean? Like I had my days for sure, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He snaps out. And I know you mentioned that your son is 5'2". You know what I mean? My son 5'11", 218. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At 12 years old, you know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? That's it. I'm
Sound like
6'2", you know
me.
what I mean? So yeah,
Yeah.
like you know what I mean? So yeah, we ain't talking about no little guy, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? We talking about a full-fledged, you know what I'm saying? And his nickname is Man Man, and that's for a reason, you know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
that boy's a
And
little
it's
man with a
crazy because
punch.
I got a grandbaby and she loves her Uncle Zach, right? And it's like, well, how's he with her? Like, he likes her, and he also like any other teenager. Leave me alone. You're a little baby. I'm allegedly a teenager. Like he walk around with a piece of mustache on his face. Like I don't know. Like so he'll play with her like because you know his mindset. He's younger, right? In his brain, he's probably close to her age. Like that's his play level, right? So like they'll play, she'll chase him, they'll have a good time, he'll laugh, you know, stuff like that, whatever. But then there's times he don't want to be bothered with her, and he'll look at me and he'll be like, and it's funny because we tell her to call him Uncle Zay, but he looks at her and calls her. He's like Uncle Zay, and then he be like, and then they start playing. But when he don't want to play with her, he'll look at me and be like, "Get out," and he'll point to her like, "Get out," because you know he know how to tell. He told me to get out of his room, so he want her to get out.
Mhm.
And I'm like, she don't, she now she too. She don't understand that he don't want to play with her no more. She want to play with her Uncle Zay, and you know she wants to do that. So some days he can play with her all day. They have a ball, and then some days he don't want nothing to do with her. Like he like I don't want to be bothered, and then some days she don't want nothing to do with him. So it's just
I got a
that, but like
question.
he's not harming her. Go ahead.
So, like I was just saying, like the family situations where you got the parties and like Tone saying with multiple kids, they invite these two but not this one, and those different type situations. If your kid or if your kid has any like if you got a kid with a peanut allergy and it's like I know he can't really eat too much stuff, or my kid is asthmatic, I know if they run around like my little cousin, like when we was little, she used to have this thing we used to call like the chest smoker, because she used to get hooked up to the whole damn machine because her asthma was bad. So if you feel like though you put them in a situation where, let's just say for argument's sake, I don't even know if Tone got a brother, Tone brother having a party for his daughter or his son, and you let the kids go over there, but you know now my child has to be attended to a certain way. Like Sonny just said, when the balloons is out, he got to have this balloon or it might be up now. Would you even want to put them in a situation where it's like you over at my cousins, my brothers, my sisters, and now you're not there to give them that care because now that other person, like you said, they might not be on the, they might not understand even what's going on. Like you said, it's just a balloon, and they like, oh no, we doing the balloons later. Right now, we doing this, and he like, it's balloons right now, and that's what this
Yeah.
is. Cause like we talked about that on the episode where you was like, if we roll past McDonald's, if I ain't had no money, I had to come up with some money
Oh
to get these
yeah,
fries.
he definitely
So
but that's what he learned. That was his learning thing when he first started learning how to talk. It was if he said it, he got it. And unfortunately, right around the corner from McDonald's, and that boy can see the M arch from my room. He'd be like, fries, and he don't even say McDonald's. He like fries. I'm like, oh shit. Now I'm in here.
he
He having
he be
silent
sitting in the
like
room
it's
like
been
he be
3 times
sitting
I
in the
go.
room like,
It's like
man,
a
they
river
just
line
changed the
right.
grease.
Yeah, it's like a river line right across from like right next to the McDonald's. And we would get off it when I come from work, and he would have a silent protest. When I tell you the silent protest be so real, like our silent arguments be, he would lay on the ground in the parking lot at McDonald's because he wanted fries. And
Oh
he would
wow.
just lay there and say fries. And I'm like, hey yo, get up. Like this is a whole like this is not no low traffic area. Like get up, bro. Like you said it. I ain't got the money. Like so now I had to make sure I had a little tucked away just to get some fries. And now I can't even get him no medium fry. That boy shaking the box like, wait, well, this ain't the large. We ain't even doing this. Like this ain't one day I got
He
him a
got
large fry
needs.
and dropped half of them. He was shaking the box and he kept saying fries. And I'm like, sorry, I dropped them. I had to make them run back to McDonald's because like I dropped half his fries. It was real. But
You had to get him Five Guy style from then on, just straight in
yeah,
the
and then
bag.
he
Man,
picky
right.
about his fries.
Right, right.
Yeah, but then he picky about his fries. But like for me personally, I'm never sending him somewhere that I don't feel like he's safe. Like if I feel like it's gonna
Okay.
be a problem, he's not going by himself. And then on top of that, I think sometimes I just don't go because I feel like for me, it's gonna give me anxiety because I know he gonna want like if the balloons are out, he gonna want a balloon. If it's candy, not all candy, but certain candies, he like candy, and I'm like, no, you gotta wait, candy, and he don't have no patience. So like I can't even get him dressed unless we going out the door type of patience. Like you get me dressed, we gotta be going outside, and if we not, something is happening. So it's like a 5-minute time limit to where he could be dressed before we going out the door. So it's stuff that I already know, right? So if I feel like this person's having this party and I can't go, he ain't going. Or if I feel like it's going to cause me, if I know this person is very particular about everything about this birthday party and they acting like this is the first birthday party ever they threw, I'm not even taking him because I'm gonna have anxiety and then he's gonna feed off my anxiety and then we're gonna set trip the whole party because I'm over here like
Y'all
worried
just one
about
big
like
ball
I'm
of anxiety.
anxious.
Yeah.
I'm anxious about God forbid he don't do nothing. Oh my God, and I'm walking on eggshells. I ain't even about to do that to myself or him.
Tone, same thing.
So, I'm gonna have to say no. Only I wouldn't. Reason why I say I wouldn't put him in that position because me or his mother would never. We have never and wouldn't ever send him to like a family function, something like that, like by itself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like one of us would have to be there. You know what I'm saying? And not because we'd be worried. I'd be worried about him doing anything just because you know what I'm saying, we would want to be comfortable with him being at a function with one of us, there.
Yeah.
So and I think that he does probably he sees his mom and he sees his dad at function. He can do his thing. He's great, around other kids and he'll run around, he'll play with kids and things like that. He's great. You know what I mean, as far as that goes. But I would never put him in a situation like that, you know what I mean, like by himself.
Yeah. Is
So
Dame on or what's
where
happening
does
with
the
him?
balance? Where does the balance come in then with this? Because like it's a situation where it's like y'all both are saying like either I know you all right, we use my daughter for example, because my daughter and Sonny's son is the same age. I know Hype's daughter's birthday was Saturday and I know they had the party, but damn Hype didn't even tell me. So it's like where do you kind of have that balance, or is it really kind of on the other person to like be more welcoming to you bringing the kid, knowing that yo, if the balloons is out, this is what it is. Yo, if the candy is out, if the fries or any of that type of thing, is that a conversation that like we need to have prior to me even telling you about the party or any of that type of thing?
I think it's
No, my
more
kids get no. My son get invited. Please. Yeah, no, no, that wouldn't be a problem.
yeah.
I mean, it's a balance. I mean, it's just that like sometimes more I say more or less of like back in the day, if somebody wanted to come pick my kids up to take them, like let's just say to the mall for some ice cream or something like that, you know what I mean? It would be
Okay, so more
more or
so
less
you leaving him out type situation.
right. Not yeah, right,
Okay,
right.
copy. I
Like
got you.
that type, yeah, like on that type note, not so much far as inviting, like not at least not you know what I mean, not my
no.
situation.
Yes, I said for me, it's
Yeah,
definitely he doesn't get invited, and then it's like, oh well, we never see you. What? Because and like for me, it's not even that because like I've had birthday parties. He's been to birthday parties that have balloons out, right? I can manage my kid. Yes, I know he's going to be upset about it. Sometimes I'll say, you want to go for a walk or something like that. Or the person that's having the party sees that Xavier really wants this balloon. So they'll give him a balloon just to have him like, sit. Or like I said, I have friends who have birthday parties for their kids. One in particular, me and her do. Her son is younger than my son, but they work well together. They have their little moments where they disagree, and the next they playing like they just been the best of friends forever, right? But they do have their
Every
little
kid.
moments because Zay wants you to play with certain toys, but not all his toys, right? He's still learning how to share. He's not a sharer, but we're working on it. So like he'll like you can play with these three toys, don't touch nothing else. But if you got a toy, I want to play with it. So it's like we try to balance that out. But like so that particular friend, she'll have a party and she'll make sure she's accommodating, right? But at the end of the day, it's not. I also know this is her son's birthday party, so I'm not going to allow my son to just take over the birthday party and do what he wants at her party. But she's very accommodating because she's invited him to multiple birthday parties. He gets invited to that birthday party every year, right? So she knows she's been around Zay long enough to know that he's gonna want to. If it's a balloon now, he's gonna want a balloon. So sometimes if they come to the party, she has a little baggie for him and stuff. And in one party she had like her party are like kids parties, not grown people parties. They're actual kid parties. That's the first party I ever seen my son at a party having a good time where he was dancing. Like they started playing music and he was whipping in their and we all looked like, wait a minute, because he's standoffish. He doesn't really play, right? Most kids want to play with him, but he kind of like stand there and watch. He doesn't participate. This party, he was living his best little life, and it was like he is over there having fun. And she has more interactive birthday parties where they're always doing stuff, right? So like they had for 1 year, they had like a superhero Easter egg hunt. So that's what the kids did. My son actually participated. Like it was something structured, so he did it, right? Whereas if we're sitting around and like I know I can't have a structured birthday party for my son. Like I can't say if I want to have a party at this particular facility, we only could do these 3 things. Zay's gonna want to do whatever the hell he wants to do. So I'm just gonna go and pay for whatever happens when we get there, right? That type of thing. But like some of my people are accommodating, and then there's some people that are not. So it's like whether I get an invite or not, I probably know I'm not getting an invite, right? It's okay. I've heard many different excuses. At this point, I don't even like it bothers me to an extent. It only bothers me when somebody says, "Oh, we haven't seen you in a while," and it's like we don't never get to hang out. Like what? Well, Willie, you're on mute.
Sorry, I forgot I was muted. Let's get Damien.
I wonder was he
Yeah, right. Yeah, I couldn't tell if he was on, but he's on.
The Lions start winning and niggas start acting new. That's what that is, man.
I got a ticket in right now. Listen, I'm about to crack them on FanDuel. So basketball. I'm waiting. I got a lot of greens. I'm waiting for the last game, and I'm waiting for Trae Young to get 2 more points, 2 more assists, and I'm good. But go ahead.
You there, Dame? I don't know if you're muted.
No, he's not muted.
Man, Dame, that's probably the best point you may have ever made, bro. Might be top 5 right there.
He just said he was there. You there, Dame? Oh, maybe he's not there.
I don't know what's going on with him. Maybe he got to restart. Jump off and jump back on.
Yeah, jump off and jump back on, Dame.
Told you, man, the Lions start winning, man. Having some long Sunday afternoons. Back when they would be 0-12 by this point of the season. That brother was alert on time.
Right. So while we're waiting on Dame to refresh, one thing I was noticing when you guys were talking about, the things that you did to like recognize what was going on, with your child early on, and or maybe even later, is that there's progress, right? There's progress being made over time. There's things that do change up over time. With that, did your parenting style of your child change in terms of the progress they were making, or were you trying to make it more age appropriate, or just were you how did you play that?
Well, me, man, I guess I stuck in like the treating him as like a little kid type, deal. As he was getting older. I ain't never like turned that off because I knew, obviously he needed it's just a little extra attention or extra, help, with things. So I kind of like, babied him a lot, you know what I'm saying? And it transferred into when he went to school, because they like, yo, he don't want to do anything unless like I come up there and tell him to do it, or if he sees me, or you know what I mean? Like one time, when I used to drop him off to go to school, he wouldn't go inside the building. You know what I'm saying? Like he would get out my van and just stand outside. Like, you know what I mean? I had to sometimes even had to come around one time and he never had went into school. He's probably outside for like an hour. Didn't go inside the building. I had to come back around there just to get him to go back into school. I had to walk into the school, you know what I'm saying, with him. And you know what I mean? But you know what I mean? Like I was just babying him a lot. And then it was just like, he's like, yo, Tone, you gotta kind of let go of that, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got to break away from, some of the things that you're doing for him, because he was just getting so used to that. He didn't want to try to learn if nothing else was happening other than, things that I would do for him. And like I said, it was transitioning. It was hurting him in school more than helping. And going through that transition, man, of scaling back and not giving him, the things that he wanted, or like you said, Sonny, you say about the McDonald's thing, right? Oh man, every time I'm picking him up from school, driving back to my apartment, we stop at Wendy's every day. Mm-hmm. So like that's what he wanted. It's like, all right, I would even have to sometimes try to take different ways to go home You
So
know
you
what I'm
went
saying?
past the
Because
Wendy's.
so I went ahead to pass the Wendy's, or my man, the Tasmanian Devil in the back seat, like you know what I'm saying? Like you ain't stopped, and you know they was like, yo, you got to stop doing that, because even anytime he hopped in a vehicle, like he could not even be, I could not even be picking him up from school. I could just be going to go pick him up for the
You
weekend.
think whoever it is
He
supposed to take
think we going to Wendy's. Like we better stop at a Wendy's, or we better stop somewhere to get me something. You know what I'm saying? Like even to this day, we still gotta like we we gotta like carry around a Burger King bag, right? And make some fries in the air fryer and throw them Jones in the bag just so he can think like
Oh wow. See, no,
we
we
done
got
stopped at a store, you know what I'm saying? Because my man just need a bag to get up out the car, man. You know what I'm saying? But like I stopped obviously running to the store because it wasn't even just so much messing with him and treating him a bad habit. It was costing me a couple of dollars, you know.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm pulling up the Wendy's. They like, oh no, I can they can be like, yeah, welcome to Wendy's. Can I take you order? I'm like, yeah, let me get it. They be like, you want the nuggets, a chocolate frosty, and some fries. Like they was finishing my order,
they
you
knew
know what I'm
what you
saying?
wanted,
Y'all was pulling up, they was like, yeah, that's the man in the white van. Like, yo, it was crazy, man. But
Yo,
we
wow.
stopped all of that. You know what I'm saying? Got my guy, you know what I'm saying? I'm treating him, you know what I mean, as his age going, man, you know what I'm saying? Trying to break that cycle of getting him out the baby habit. And you know what I'm saying? Because I gotta treat him for like what he is, man, because he's almost as tall as me, man. So yeah, all that baby stuff out the window for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think for me, I'm short tempered, right? I don't tolerate just randomness from kids, right? I like for my daughter, she is very self-sufficient. I taught her a lot of stuff early, and as she grew older, she learned stuff like she already at my son's 11. She already knew how to wash her own clothes. Like it was just at a point like, okay, you're going through puberty, you need to know how to wash your clothes. Like she knew a lot of stuff earlier than her brother does, right? So he does know how to microwave certain foods. He knows I show him like how long it needs to be microwaved. So now he can go downstairs and do stuff. But for me, it's what changed for me is my short temperness and my patience.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, but I think it's a good and bad thing, because it's like when he's going through it, I check out. Like sometimes when he's going through like I call it the set tripping time. It's meltdown, but I call it set tripping. Sometimes he get me to the point where I've checked out because I'll be ready to go off, but I understand why he's upset. Like something has triggered him. Sometimes it's nothing. He could be playing the game or watching something on YouTube, whatever it is. He's lost it, and it's like I check out because I don't want to react, because I know that that's not helpful in that moment. Like the last thing I need to be doing is going off, but I have to catch myself a lot because it's like, especially in the middle of the night, I'm a person that is a very light sleeper. So once any inkling of a noise, or I hear him go down the steps, or he just starts set tripping in the middle of the night, and I'm talking about screaming like somebody is killing him and ain't nobody even touching him. I ain't even in the room with him. He's all by himself. And I woke up out my sleep. I'm coming in there like, what the hell? And it's like I have to catch myself and like calm down, because it doesn't do anything but trigger him more, right? So that helps. So now my daughter says, you baby him. I don't. I understand that what I did with you I can't be done with him. Like everybody's like, because that's a big thing. You don't pop him. He don't even understand me beating him. Like I go like he's scared of a little a slipper. But like if I really pop, like when I pop him, it's like one day he did, I forget what he did, but he knew what he had doing was wrong, and I told him to stop. And of course, like most any other kid, he did whatever he wanted. So I went to pop him. When I tell you, I just had surgery on my hands. My hands are messed up. I can't grip stuff like I need to. I can't. I'm Bob the Builder. I can't do stuff like I used to do it, and I used to braid. So now I can't do all these things anymore. So imagine me trying to grip this little shoe and trying to pop him like seriously and like let him know like you did, like telling him what you did wrong and trying to pop him. It took everything out of me just to do like 5 little pops. And you know what he did? I popped you and walked off. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm out of breath. I'm fat. Like I just did all this work and I'm hurting my hand in the process. And you're gonna walk up to me and say, I popped you.
He thinks the game.
I just wasted my time. Like
Right.
Sit down here and like nobody understands that because they're like, just pop him. If I do, he gonna be like, I posted on Facebook the other day. I put him in the corner. Like that's some stuff that we don't do, right? But I put him in the corner and he stays there. And then he keeps telling me he has to go to the bathroom and that he ready to go to bed. And then I make him stay there for like 10 minutes and then he'll go home in the bed and go to sleep. But he actually stands in the corner. I don't know. It works. It works better than popping. And it be middle of the night. He starts set tripping. I tell him, come on. He like, no. And I'm like, come on. I get him in my room. I put him in the corner and he's going off. Night, 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 night. Go to bed. Go to bed. And I'm like, no, you was set tripping. Take a couple minutes. And he just standing there looking at me like,
hey, you gotta do what works. You gotta do what works. But
he stands there. He don't even get out of the corner. He literally just stands there. And I'm like, and my boyfriend was looking at me like, is he really just standing in the corner talking to you? I said, yeah. He said, get out. Get out. And I'm like, yeah, no, you gotta stay there. You was set tripping. You ain't want to go to sleep. So when you ready to go to sleep, you let me know and I'll let you go back in your room. And then he said, night, night. And I'm like, all right, go in the room. And he'll go home. He'll go in the room and go to sleep. I won't hear nothing for the rest of the night. Like, but that works. So for me, that like we was raised on beatings. And I can't do that with him. I can't even get upset with him because I know that he can't self-regulate certain times. So when he gets upset, even though it might not be the opportune time for him to be doing it, what I'm going to do? Beat him so he can stop having the meltdown? That doesn't work.
Yeah, you gotta do what works. Let's see what Dame. What up, though, Dame? You here now? Dang, where you at?
I don't even see him like popping up or nothing. It's just a black screen. Maybe he might got Metro. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe
he might got Cricket. It's looking like Cricket. It's looking like Cricket right now.
Maybe something wrong with his connection.
Yeah. I don't know. I want to ask Tone, how do you deal with puberty? Like, how do you? He may still be going through it, but like, how do you deal with the puberty part? Because that part stresses. Like I'm waiting for him to calm down. I am because he looked at me the other day and smacked his head on the side of my door, and I'm just like, and he looking at me like, I'm like, you gonna have a lump on your head? What is you doing?
I mean, he's obviously found himself, you know what I'm saying, and he's learning that part. But you know what I'm saying, I'm teaching him, I'm gauging it, I'm trying to, you know what I mean, tell him like, look, man, like you ain't supposed to just be exposing yourself and taking that joint out like that. Like, come on, man, like you can't be rocking out like that, man.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Because I'll just be thinking like, damn, I hope he ain't doing this at school. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man.
That's part of the reason
mean,
why he moved out of my room and finally went into his own room, and he hasn't been back in my room since.
Yeah. Because they find themselves, but yeah, I'm dealing with engaging. You know what I'm saying? With the best I can. You know.
Is he more angry? Because I feel like my son is more aggressive, not necessarily like with people, but like he's more easily upset. His emotions are, I feel like his emotions are all over the place. So like he could be, like I said, fine one minute and then upset the next, and I don't even like nothing that triggered him. Like,
no, I wouldn't say. No, I don't think so. I think it's been the same. Yeah. We get you now, bro. Yes, sir. Yep.
And we finally see you. We haven't seen you all day.
Well, I was on my tablet. I don't know why it's not working. Had to check that out. So now I'm on my tablet.
It could be Metro. You can have Metro internet. I don't know.
It could be Trenton water. So
it's definitely Michigan water, but okay.
That was just in Flint, just in one area in Flint.
It's all over Detroit.
I'm so glad you got the bottled water though. That's so much healthier than that Trenton air you're breathing.
Terrible.
Yeah, I'm shooting shots. I'm shooting shots at Dallas right now because you know how many points they got? 6, 10. Okay, we put up that in the we put up that in the preseason.
Dallas, Tone said, "Don't talk about a team like that."
Yeah, Lions had one good season this century, and niggas don't know how to act out there.
I'm sorry. Every year is Dallas Cowboy year. Y'all haven't won it since '96. But anyway, we're back on the
key. Wait, and who do you like?
Night Train Lane won the last time.
Wait. Who did the Lions? Have the Lions ever won anything?
Yeah, before you made the Super Bowl.
Oh, all right. Yeah, nobody was alive. Okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Hey, you know what? I'm sorry.
It's always Dave taking it off topic.
No, I was trying to get back on the kids, but they want to stick to
the
the.
perspective. Damn,
They
this is
they
the
want.
GF radio.
I'm trying to talk about the kids, but they want to talk about their past hopes and dreams of not living up to
No,
every year.
you brought up Dallas first.
No, 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 no. That was your boy Hint. Nope, that was your boy Hint.
All right, let's get back on track, y'all, because y'all know I don't know nothing what y'all talking about. Let's get back on track. Let's get back on track.
Yes.
So
back to the children.
So the kids, the family, I think, are the closest, is the worst ones to actually try to interact with the kids. Well, depends on the generation too, because I live with my mother-in-law, who doesn't seem to get that he doesn't respond like normal kids. Like she tries to, come here, Joe, do this for me, and he says no, and she keeps antagonizing him, which doesn't make things better. Like she tried to do something for him, like no, he doesn't want you to get it because he's going to throw a tantrum. And when people, you tell somebody something, they do that wave you away thing. I'm like, yes, you don't understand, because once he throws the tantrum, you're just gonna walk away. Then I have to deal with it.
That's a big thing for me. Like, leave him alone, because then I got to deal with it, and you could just leave.
It's Sonny. Sonny, it's my time, because you had 30 minutes. So
that's why we can't hear him, because he's talking shit. This is why he an HR problem.
So back to me. So yeah. So and people need to learn their boundaries, because they know people that's closest to you know that something's wrong with your kid, or he's not going to respond like you would normally respond to a kid. So they will touch him, like touch his head, like, hey, how you doing, Joe? And sets him off, and he's like, oh, I didn't know he was going to act like that. You do this all the time. Now I have to deal with the consequences. Just leave my kid alone. He will respond to you when he responds to you.
Yeah, let him come to you, but don't bother him.
Yeah, it's like just let him be, because he's cool right now. He'll go to certain adults and some kids, when he's ready. I mean, I don't understand the whole concept of people think it's cute and funny to aggravate kids.
Yeah.
Then when they have special needs, it's even worse, because they can't control their emotions. Shoot, some adults can't control their emotions. You expect a kid with special needs to do it?
Yeah.
So I'm with you. Yeah. All right, head back to Trenton. Screw Dallas.
So let's give you this question too, Dane, before you jump off. Is your parenting style, has it changed over time? I know Joe is still pretty young, but has anything kind of progressed in a way where you've been able to like do things a little different, or give him some different avenues and ways of being around, or doing things rather around the house and all that kind of stuff?
I wish I could go downstairs right now and show you what we did to our door to rig it so he can't get out. We got these locks to go up on the door, because we got new door handles. They twist them up and down to get out, not the regular doors.
Yeah.
And we got little latches to stop him from opening the door just in case he wants to run away.
So he elopes.
Right.
He's an eloper. Like Sonny's kid, he calls it Old McDonald's when he wants. Well, it's actually pretty cool, because it's word association. The song "Old McDonald." I want Old McDonald's. He wants the fries.
Yeah, something about some fries. And fries got crack.
It's crack. It's crack.
I'm about to say it's got to be crack.
But you know what? For some reason, McDonald's is the best or the worst fast food places you can go to. Is like, out of all of them, you really can't go wrong too much. But we get free fries every time the Lions have an interception. Dallas don't know nothing about that. We get free fries with a purchase of something. So all year I've been buying him fries for free, getting fries for free for him with the purchase of something for $1. Hey, I like you, Sonny, that app helps getting those free fries and free meals sometimes.
Yeah, free fry Friday. Yeah, that's true.
I don't get no free fries, but see, now I don't live near McDonald's, but it was a time when we rolled by, we was in, I don't know who car we was in. I gotta tell this story because it's super funny. I forget who I was with that day, but we were in the car and my son was in the back seat. You know, he like me. When we get in the car, the seatbelt is on. We don't care if we driving or not. Like, it's just, as soon as I get in, seatbelt immediately. We could just be sitting there for half an hour. My seatbelt is on. So we in there and we rolled by McDonald's. Do you know this boy got out the seatbelt? He was in the back window going off because it's like he was looking and he was yelling, right? And I'm like, it was like all the way across the highway. And we like, no, it's fine. It'll be like, that's the first time I told him no. And that's why I said, Tone, you got to get out of that. You had to get out of that because that day I told him no. When I tell you that little boy got in the back of that thing on a highway out in the area where black folks are not welcome, I don't got time for that. I already got pulled over, gotten child endangerment. Like, it's just a lot of stuff that could have went wrong. And I was like, okay, so after this, like we drove around and like I was scared to pass McDonald's with him in the car. That's because as soon as he saw that M, he has very good eyes. As soon as he saw the M, you don't care which side of the highway it was on. I was like, hey, can we just stop at McDonald's? I had to stop that because that's crazy talk. But that day he did that in the car and got in the back window. I was like, okay, so he took his pants off. He was butt naked in the window. I was like, all right, so there's nothing that we don't need any more McDonald's in our life. Like, we don't need none of those problems.
My son's 4 now. We're about to be 5 in March. He used to wake up every time we went to the drive-through line. Just instantly wake up if we was having a nap. Just instantly wake up. Fries! Like, weren't you just asleep? What the?
In fact, he smelled them.
No, we didn't even get that far yet. It's just we didn't even roll down a window. Yeah, he just woke up. He knocked out for 45 minutes. Wake up in the car. Fries! Like who is this kid? But parenting styles is kind of. We let him do like whatever he's comfortable with, as far as going with other people. Well, he injured himself last time he went with somebody, but that's whatever. No, we had to take him to urgent care and stuff like that. Get him. Thought he was going to have stitches, but he was comfortable enough to go with this person, and lost his sisters with him because that's his protector and interpreter. No, she loves that little boy to death. So, but then, not just Josiah, also have an older daughter who is 11, who has special needs and going through puberty. So,
great fun time.
Yeah, I'm having a great time.
It's very great.
Sarcasm, if you can't tell right now.
Yeah, so, no, I try not to drink. I tell people, if you see me hitting the Dutch, mind your business. I'm surviving my household. You don't even know what I'm going through.
Listen.
I don't even want to drink. Just past the Dutch.
Sonny, listen, Sonny. This is you. Listen. Me and my wife got ourselves a mini refrigerator, put it in my man cave. Crown Royal, tequila.
See, I can't even turn it.
That's it.
My dad was an alcoholic, so when I'm stressed, I can't be drinking because then I want to become an alcoholic. So I just like at this point, it's like I'm a new kid smoker. I'll take an edible, I'll drink some weed juice, but I'll definitely now pass the Dutch and I know how to roll just a little bit. So yeah, I got to do that because I'm trying to survive. Like I'd rather sit there and be floating. Like this is what he doing. Oh, okay, he ain't kill himself. We all right. I'm still alert. I'm just a little floating. I like it, but like drunk, no, I can't. For me, I choose to actively not drink, because I know that I'm dealing with a lot right now, and it's like then on top of that with depression, you don't need that in your life. So I'd rather just hit the Dutch a couple times. I don't even need that much. Just let me get a little bit. You know what,
Sonny?
I'm good.
You know what, Sonny? It's funny when you say that because sometimes you're so depressed, you don't know you're depressed because you're dealing with them.
I know when I'm depressed because my therapist. I go to therapy twice a month, and like every 2 weeks excuse me, ma'am, I need to talk to you because my family is driving me crazy, and like every day I think about just walking out, but I'm still here because I love them and they're driving me crazy, and I want to hug them and punch them and choke them, but I really love them kids.
You keep telling my wife that I'm going out for milk and cigarettes. And lactose I'm lactose intolerant now. Don't smoke.
Right. No, I told my daughter I was running home. She said, "Mom, where you gonna go? You don't go nowhere." I'm like, so I really don't. But like, you ain't gotta. She's 22. She's like, "Mom, you ain't going nowhere." I'm like, one day I'm gonna really mean it. I'm not gonna go nowhere because they gonna be right with me. I'm gonna be going. They gonna be right there. So
right.
He gonna find you. He gonna find you
too far by yourself.
As soon as I put my shoes on, he right there. Like, what we doing? You like
Right.
outside? I'm like, I guess this is what we going. We run away together. I don't know if you- I did it
All right.
wrong. You did
Well,
it wrong.
but besides drinking and smoking, what advice would you give to a new parent, a new autism parent? What kind of advice?
Well,
What things to
first I
look
would.
for? What things to do?
Well, first of all, I would tell them go to How to Hustle podcast, episode 152, part three. I give them some good advice on this same subject that we're talking about. Oh wait, that was probably alley for Hank, but
He ain't
he
paying
probably
attention.
can't. He probably can't hear me because he's dealing with Dallas Cowboys losing.
Tone and
Um,
them
Was
gonna
part
jump you.
one,
Him and
Sonny was
Hank gonna
part
jump you.
two. Tone was part one, Sonny was part two. I stated that in the beginning. You was late for work. You still was
That
late.
part. He about to
I'm
get the
sorry.
he
Tequila
about to go
high
on my
from
list.
yesterday.
Right.
He about to get the pink slip. I say
What?
for me, go to counseling. I like, and I joke like I do hit the Dutch sometimes, but counseling has worked wonders for me because I feel like as much as people want to understand, they don't understand, right? And for me, it's a lot that I hold in because I think that me talking to people could be problematic because you talk to people that are supposed to be cool with you and then they judge you, right? So like
Hmm.
I talk to somebody that I pay. And I'm gonna tell you, like, girl, like I told my therapist, I don't listen. She's like, what's going on? I'm like, I'm surviving my family. I don't even know how I'm dealing with these people. Like I just told y'all, I be wanting to run away and everything. Like, but I tell her this, and she's like, well, what positive things you could think of that was good this week? Blah blah blah. You got through this. Like, I had like a hard week, a couple weeks, like like a week or two ago. It was a very hard week for me, and it was like because everything, like I feel like when things are off balance, everything is just all over the place, right? And then it triggers him. So I was going through like the worst week ever. I just was upset. I was crying every day. Like it was just a lot. So I talked to her and she was like, she kind of talked me through it. And I ended like after that, I was fine. Like I'm a true tourist. I'm gonna cry for an hour and I'm gonna get back up. Like, all right, girl, you still gotta go to work and do shit. I work overtime every day. I did my regular job. I did some stuff that I needed to do around the house. Cause like me, I'm gonna work through it. But like I just was like, I wanted to, like I literally be wanting to just sleep. Like I don't want to do shit. I wanted to go to do what I'm supposed to do and then go to sleep. But like she helps me get through the tough times, and when it's too much, she like call me and just talk to me. I don't care what time it is, just call me. And if I don't answer, I'm gonna call you when I get a free moment and we gonna talk. So get somebody, like go to therapy because it helps, or go to support groups. I don't have time to go to support groups because I'm working all the time. But I do go have a therapist and I do it on my lunch hour. So I make time. I do it when I work from home so I can have my free time for myself to be able to say all the shit that's in my head and how I feel about what's going on in my life. And then she walks me through it.
I got a neighbor who just moved in the area, and it's crazy when we find out that people down the street or around the corner or your neighbor or somebody go to school or work with has the same problem you have with a kid with special needs with autism,
Yeah.
and y'all can both just understand immediately once you say my kid's autistic too. Thank God you
Like you
understand.
understand what I'm going through. Yeah.
Automatically. Don't even tell them how the symptoms. You just like, does he or she do? Yep, yep. My kid do this and do X, Y, Z. It's like the world has turned. There's like a weight being lifted because somebody understands what you're going through emotionally and mentally. It's
Yeah.
like, thank you. You,
Yeah. Because
I
I
can
listen
speak to
to
somebody.
Yeah, because I listened to you on Tone's podcast with Hype, and Tone said some stuff about not reacting to people. I be reacting; they be pissing my spirit off, and I just be like, "Don't say nothing, don't say nothing." You know what? I just find it funny, and I'm like, piss me off. Now I'm gonna say something, but like, I'm checking, not replying and let other people fuck up my mood and when I'm out with my son. But yeah,
Right.
Just be,
Whenever
just,
people
Right.
hey, just
start
be
off
petty.
with
Just be
Yeah,
petty.
like
whenever people
I
start off
mean,
with I just find it funny, we know shit's about to hit the fan.
Literally.
right,
Yeah,
right.
let's get to
No,
Tone.
I'm sorry.
Well, I'll say, the advice I would give to a new parent that's dealing with, their first autistic or whatever, special needs child, is number one, man, is be patient. I would say number two, do your research. You know what I mean? And number three is accept the fact, whatever it is they diagnosed that your kid got, accept it. Accept it, man. Was it easy for me at first? No, because I have three kids and he's my first and only boy. So, I grew up a avid basketball player, in the sport. So of course, I'm all my life, I'm thinking if I have a boy, he's going to just be like me. I'm going to bring him up. He's going to be the best ball. He's going to be a better basketball player than me. But you know what I mean? God dealt me my hand and was like, nah, that's not even in your calling right now. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna say it took me a long time, but you know what I'm saying? Like it was nights I dealt with like, damn, whoa, why me? You know what I'm saying? But then I thought like, shit, why not me? You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying, I could be that advocate. I could be, something for a person that feel as though they can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like like I said, my son goes to a new school this year. When I went to the visit, with his mom, and we took his sisters, you know what I mean, because we wanted him to feel comfortable and that we were taking him to a place that, you know what I'm saying, he wanted him to go and that we wanted him to trust us, you know what I mean, that he went. And one of the things that the principal kept saying to me, he said it to me twice. He was like, yo, I'm just very, very glad that you're here, sir. He was like, there's a lot of fathers that don't come around, for their
Exactly.
child, with a special need. He was like, he thanked me twice for that. And I had to step back and like, dang, you ain't got to keep thanking me, bro. Like, this is my job. Like, it's my kids. Like, I don't know no other way. But, you know what I'm saying? I have to think about, obviously, everybody is not like me, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to experience things. So, I took
Not
that,
like
you know what I'm
us.
saying? Right. You know what I mean? Yeah, Kendrick said it best, right? You know what I mean?
I
So,
want to piggyback on two things Tone said. Go ahead, Tone.
yeah,
Finish what you're
yeah.
saying.
So you know what I mean? Like I said, and like just accept the fact, you know what I'm saying, your kid got that to be there, in a corner, you know what I'm saying? Help them through their journey, man. Like I got a tattoo on my hands. I mean, you can't see it, but it says I'll fight your fight. Because obviously that's what we do with our hands. And for my son, until obviously my breath is gone, that's what I'm gonna do for him. Help him fight his fight. So
Yeah.
I mean that'd be my advice.
That's what's up.
And
Yeah,
that's, you
commend
know
you,
what
bro.
the funny thing
Let
is,
me let me
you
hold
can
up,
find.
hold up. I want to piggyback on two things Tone said. One, acceptance. Acceptance is how we could fix any of your problems. People never want to accept the fact that this is what you've been given, regardless to if we even talking about this or we talking about you can't lose weight, you not getting any taller, you ain't getting any shorter, whatever the hell your ailment is. Acceptance is the first step to fixing any damn thing. And like you just said, when people woe is me, is why not you? Why the hell do you think that you got to be so special that you wasn't gonna have no trials, no tribulations? Like nobody told you that life was gonna be easy. Granted, this makes things a little more difficult, and like you said, me and Tone talked about this, and you got to be intentional with the things that you ask for. Tone asked for his son. He asked for a son. He said like he aggressive. He got all of those. He got a little athleticism to him. He got all of those attributes that you wanted him to have. He just ain't hooping. But all of them attributes that you was asking, like I said, we talked that out on the episode. And like, damn, he ended up with all of that, and it's just in a different package than I expected.
Yeah.
But those are two very big things in life that people never get to, which is why things is fucked up the way they is.
I appreciate the journey and see what he's able to do now, accomplish. He's getting better since he's been going to therapy, and it's funny story that he was getting changed. I was in the same room with him with his mom when he's changing him, and he doesn't like to be changed. He says no a lot. Stop. That's his favorite two words. And he has a little sign that he held up to his mother's face, and it was a stop sign. He said, "Stop! No!" I was. We both
Oh, wow.
just broke out laughing because it was so funny. It's like he's smarter than what people think. They're
Yeah.
smarter. Their
Very.
vocabulary and their their language is just different.
Yeah.
I mean, you just have to appreciate what they're doing and what they
Yeah.
Mhm.
can do. Appreciate
Go
the
for it.
journey and appreciate what they can do.
Yeah. Because I
Don't
feel
Go-
like
don't
with my
don't
son,
harp on don't harp on what they can't do because you
yeah.
want nobody to do that to you either.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. That's a great point.
Yeah.
That's great advice. That's great
I feel
advice.
like even with my son, I don't feel like he's um I don't want to say like so I don't feel like something's wrong with him, right? I don't think that like something's wrong with my son. I think that he is like the little genius. I feel like they're all little geniuses. They have their own way of doing things. They have their own thing of learning. And it's not that they're slow or anything like that. They're their own little genius, right? And I like even hear my son call me mom for the first time. Of course, now it's mommy, but it's close enough. But like I like the fact I feel like my his the accomplishment for me what I've been saying so far is it's funny because he talks more at home than he does at school. And you would think it's the reverse, right? Because at school he should be talking more, and they're like, "Hey, he don't talk to us. He says stuff here and there, but like he'll let us know. No, matter of fact, like that's their favorite word. No, I ain't doing it. Whatever." But like he doesn't talk there at school, but at home he'll talk to me. Like he'll like we still have our silent arguments. If everybody follow me on Facebook, you know, we have the silent arguments when he's looking at me and I'm looking at him, and then he's mad that I'm looking at him. So he getting upset, and then I'm supposed to figure out what he wants in this whole argument while he's not saying anything but looking at me. And then he'll come and peek at me. This is what we're doing. Then he gets mad. But I just feel like when Xavier does communicate, it is the right communication, if that makes sense. Like he'll say something to me and it's not just saying it for fun. Like the one day he got mad at me, I guess I frustrated him so bad, he pointed to the door and told me to get out. Like I ain't talking about like out of his room, but we were downstairs and he basically walked to my front door and pointed and like almost opened it to tell me to get out. And I was like, but like it was the tone of his voice. Like you would have thought like it was a parent telling somebody else, like kicking somebody out the house that pissed them off, get out of my house. Like that's how I'm looking at him like, but like I was so amazed at how he said it and the authority behind it. And like he didn't just say some words, crystal clear, get out of here. Or one day I was doing something and he wanted me to sit down, so he kept looking at me. And I was like, you know, he did our staring contest and he looked me right in my eye and was like this, sit down. I was like,
Sonny, this is your Sonny, it's your
fault.
It's your fault for having him watch old Martin episodes telling you to get to stepping. That's what it was.
No, but I think it's so funny for him because it's like,
if you don't raise your kids on Martin, you're raising them wrong.
Exactly.
We watch old Mickey Mouse black and whites, but like the black and white Mickey Mouse stuff. But I just think it's
racism.
No, I'm about to say the racist Mickey Mouse.
No, the
racism.
The old school Mickey Mouse shows.
We didn't stutter.
Shut up! I'm sick of y'all. But I just like his progression as far as his language to me. Like he'll randomly, even though he kind of misplaces some of the stuff, when he does say something to me, it's very intentional and it's like not out of the blue. So it's just like that's dope for me. And then seeing his progression of wanting to learn, like I showed him the other weekend how to wash his clothes. He got excited. He didn't want to put the liquid in, so I did. But then he was scared to wash the dryer. So it was like, okay, so now we got to figure out how we can get you to put the clothes in the dryer without looking at me like, what the fuck is that? Because he likes the washing machine. He'll sit and watch it. But like the dryer, but now it explains why he don't. Every time I put his cover in there, he has a favorite cover. He want to get it out there immediately. And I'm like, it's wet. Like it has to dry. And we're like having a staring down contest because he's yelling at me about getting this out the dryer. And I'm like,
he's like, hey, that dryer trying to eat my blanket.
Yeah, but then he get in the blanket and it's still wet. And I'm like, I guess like you won. I don't know what's happening there. But yeah, I am trying to show him to be self-sufficient because God forbid something happened to me. At least I know that he can do some stuff on his own.
For sure.
My son can spell his name now. You know all the letters and everything.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Because he used to call himself Baby Blippy or Baby Shark. No, Blippy or Baby Shark. He would not go by Josiah.
Oh no, Zay started saying my name is Xavier, and he looked, like a little creepy kid. And then he scared some little girl in the store because he tried to touch her hair, and he was saying hi to her, but it was like the crazy hi. And then she was like this. I said, say hi to my baby because they don't talk to nobody. She was like,
all right.
But yeah.
Any last points before we wrap this up?
No, I would say this. It's a lot of parents that look like us that are stuck on the idea of labeling their kid. And it's to the detriment of that kid, right? Because your pride won't allow you to acknowledge that your child needs a little bit extra help. And rather than label your kid, you rather have your kid be the problem child in class and always getting called, but never do anything about it. And then to say, because I've heard people, I've went to schools and heard people say they picking on my baby. And like, I could be in the office about my son doing something with my son. And like I said, I feel like once you know what autism is and you've been around your kid and stuff like long enough and been around other kids that are autistic too, and then you see somebody else's kid and you're sitting there like, oh, okay, so they gonna act like they don't know. right?
Mhm.
So it's that fear of not wanting to label your kid, feeling like the man is want us to label our kids, and now your kid is suffering to where somebody that I know and love got diagnosed with autism at past 40. But had they been diagnosed early on, they would have a lot more. They probably would have been like, not that they don't have a good life, but would have had a better life, right? A better outlook, not outlook, but like options in life as far as
Right.
their life could have
Yeah.
went. And I feel like a lot of our kids are falling by the wayside because we are afraid to have them labeled, or feel like the man is trying to set our kids up and take our insurance money and all the goofy shit I hear often. Get your child checked out. Stop being in your own way to be in your child's way and to their detriment. Um, Understand that something is not going to according to plan, and that you need to figure out what it is, and you need to help them rather than hinder them. And it's a lot of parents that I see that will not see what's going on with their kid, and their kids are suffering. So I say stop being in the way and help your kid for real. Like if you love them, help them.
Great. Yeah, great point. Great point. All right. Well, appreciate y'all. Appreciate everybody for joining. Appreciate all the viewers.
Wait,
Dame with the last
Yeah,
minute.
yeah, Dr. Dame, I'm sorry.
yeah. And also you can't raise your child how you were raised,
Oh,
especially nowadays, because when people just think that Josiah, before the diagnosis was actually complete, because we already knew he was autistic, and but people didn't understand that for some reason, and they will always say, "Oh, just give him to me for a weekend. I have him fixed."
mm,
They see, I know what that means in the black code. That means you're gonna whip my child, and you can't whoop somebody who doesn't know better.
Mm-hmm.
That's child abuse
Mm-hmm.
at this point.
Right.
Because if they,
Right.
in order to whip somebody, they has to be consequences for them understanding why they're being whooped. At this
mhm.
point, you're just beating them. They don't know why.
Right.
So you can't raise your kid like how we were raised.
Right.
Heck, I'm
Right.
not even normal, so I got beaten all the time. And just
If I was your parent, Dame, I would beat your ass a lot too. I don't
oh,
know.
trust
Feel
me,
like you was
trust
one
me,
of them
Sonny.
kids that need beatings every day for no reason.
I was
They
mentally,
trying.
I was mentally and physically beat, Sonny. You can't beat, that. So, but yeah, you can't raise your kid like that on these old school standards for these new school kids, especially with special
Right.
needs.
Yeah.
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 Right. Right.
You got something for us, Tone?
Yeah, man. I wanted to say, today, man, I was asked, 5 years ago, what did I think I'd be where I'm at today, as far as in the realm of like being a podcaster, being a promoter, you know what I'm saying? And then now I'm gonna say an advocate for, autism. And my answer was no, because I didn't get on social media until 2020, until like, sometime like after the pandemic.
You have to do
So
something.
yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? Right. Is in the crib, bored, So I was like, let me go ahead and do this. And then obviously the lane was created, for me to become a promoter. Like I promote comedy and poetry, man. I got a show every third Friday of the month, man. It's called Laugh the Pain Away. Good show, man. So y'all follow me on the gram. You see all of what I got going on, and that type of thing. And then, also I'm a part of a sports podcast, called GNT Sports Talk. You follow me on Instagram. We film every Friday. I'm sorry, every Wednesday, once a week at 8 o'clock. So before getting in that lane, man, I was like, nah, didn't think that I was being this lane, and then me promoting being on this show tonight. And I thank y'all for calling me up and asking me to be a part of this.
Thanks for joining.
Yeah.
And I appreciate it. And through all of my posting and everything, I was inboxed. I know a young lady who's a dean at a public school here in Philadelphia, and she reached out and said if I didn't mind, she want me to come to the school and speak to some of the parents who deal with children who have autism. And I said, man, I love to, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, I never thought, like I said, being asked that question today about where me being 5 years ago, being I was here, I wouldn't even have thought, you know what I'm saying? But now I'm here, I'm embracing that thing, man. And I'm here to talk about it. Like I said, I appreciate y'all, calling me on this show to, speak my piece on that, man, because there's a lot of us out here that's like this. You know what I'm saying? that deal with this, man. And you know, it's people don't talk about it, you know what I mean, all the time. You know what I mean? So, but it's, hey man, it's a gang that I love to be in, man. I'm a part of it. I don't know what our gang sign is, but I'm throwing it up. You know what I'm saying? I'm throwing it up. You know
We
what I'm
gotta
saying? I'm
find
throwing it
a
up.
gang sign. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm throwing it up and I'm with y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? And anytime y'all need me on the line, man, I'm here. So I appreciate it. Thank y'all, man. Had a great time on here. Let's do it again.
All right,
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
that. Appreciate that.
Yes.
And so yeah, thanks everyone that joined in and made comments.
Yes,
Appreciate
we
you
appreciate y'all.
to Taya and to Christina as well as Tiffany and Jamie. Jamie, as always, appreciate your
Yes,
support.
Jamie. I know he missed us.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And so, but you know where you can always find us. We're gonna try to get back on here more on a regular basis again.
Yeah.
Just you know
Thanks.
needed a little break. You know, as always, you got to take a break to recoup, recharge. You know how it goes. You can find us here on GFT Radio Network every Monday, 10 p.m. GFT Radio Show, the How to Hustle podcast with Hype. Every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Actually, every Monday now at 2 a.m. We just gonna go with that. we drop the audio on Mondays, and then Sunny is always surprising us with an episode here and there with Sex and Sunny Live. So make sure y'all.
I'm about to come. I got a show might be brewing, but I got to debate if I want this person to come on my podcast, and I don't want to get canceled. But we was having a discussion today off of one of our old shows of Sex and Sunny. So I don't like. I watched one of my old shows and they had like a heated debate, and we was fussing about it, and it got real quick. And I'm like, yo, you I can't like, Johnny, come on your show. I'm like, I don't know, you might get me canceled because like you can't be saying certain shit, but like. We can have a healthy debate, so we'll see. It might be coming with that one. It's gonna be interesting.
For sure. All right. Well, Sonny, tell the folks where they can find. Well, actually, nope. Let's start with Tone. Tone, tell the folks where they can find you.
Tone, you can find me at Tone_the_promoter. That's my promotion page, like I said, where I promote comedy and poetry. You also follow me at Laugh the Pain Away Show. That's the show on page that I do. You know, the comedy and everything. And then you can find me on GNT Sports Talk on Instagram. That's my sports podcast. Follow me, man. Let's go. I got big things brewing, man. Y'all see what I got going on.
Damn, you gotta go on there one time.
And look, this the brand right here. This the T. I got the Autism GNT Sports Talk sweatshirt. So tap in with me. I get one of them for y'all too. Let's get it.
All right.
Dame said he don't want to do it with a Dallas person. Dang, you a hater. Honestly, like y'all be going hard about football, but if my ticket hit tonight, I'm about to go out be on somebody's streets acting up. Nah, anyway, it's your girl. I am Sunny_D, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and TikTok. I'm also on Threads. Go catch me there. My website is unreservedlyme.com. I got a post coming. I gotta finish it and post it up this week. So you guys will see it then. Thank you.
Hi.
Hey, it's Hype here. I'm not hype. It's Hype, not hype. I'm not geeked up.
His name is the goddamn fool.
I can't do the rest. Go ahead.
Catch him at the How to Hustle podcast with Hype premieres Tuesdays or like Willie said Mondays at 2 a.m. on YouTube. Also check out Custom Hustle World and H2H Cleaners. He said if you slide in his DM about a job, depending on where you are, he may travel if the price is right. But it's Hype. It is not hype. That man is not geeked up.
For sure.
Thank you. You the man. You the man.
I just did orientation that I lit that shit on fire. Then it was like boop, boop, boop. I'm out.
Hey, you can find me up on Another Level Up on Instagram and Shinlo21 on Xbox Network. And you can find me in the 313 where the Dallas is not winning.
Oh, you get it from all sides, huh?
And it's your boy Willie Styles in the building. Get at me everywhere at Willie Styles on IG, Twitter, and Threads. I'm Willie.Styles on Snapchat and TikTok. Visit me over at stylesradio.com for all the hot tracks that I'm listening to some new Cash Dow, some new T Grizzly, and some Vori. So make sure you guys check that out over at stylesradio.com or catch me over at williestyles.info for all my links. All right, make sure y'all do that. Thank you all again. Appreciate everybody. Appreciate you, Tone, for coming through.
Yes,
no problem, man. No problem. Thank you.
No problem.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Send me an invite, I'll come on your show.
Oh, no doubt.
All right, we got it brewing. We got it brewing.
No doubt.
All right,
no
make sure
doubt.
y'all get over to the gftradio.creator-spring.com for all of our merchandise, accessories. We got cups, mugs, we got shirts, long sleeve, we got hoodies.
I'm
Make
about
sure
to
y'all
order
stay
all
warm in the GFT
skin
Radio
and
Show
kinfolk
hoodie.
shirt because
What
I
was
feel
that?
like that's like I need to have like a shirt for every day because this black folks is wilding right now. I need y'all wilding.
And then make sure you find us over at gftradioshow.com for all our socials, as well as links to all of our pages, as well as the GFT Join the Conversation group, where you can find us having a good time of topics with discussions, memes, a little bit of everything. So make sure you do that and listen free on demand 24/7 on all the top platforms, including Spotify. And what else is left really besides Spotify? I think everybody's falling off. I think Apple Podcasts is still out. I got to change this up because Stitcher no longer exists. I think iHeart's dropped their podcast. So Spotify, Apple Podcasts. So make sure you check us out wherever you find your podcasts at, and catch all the video replays here on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. So make sure you do that. But until next time, y'all know where to find us. Until then, we are out. Go.
Press the button. Yo, it's your boy Dame here.
Hey guys, it's your girl Sunny D.
Yo, it's your boy Smooth from the GFT Radio Network.
What up, though? It's your boy Willie Styles in the building.
Join us Mondays at 10 p.m. live on Twitch, YouTube, and our Facebook. And if you miss us, don't worry. You can catch it on our website, gftradioshow.com. And if you feel like talking to us every day, join our Facebook group.
At Join the Conversation, the group where you can discuss all kinds of topics.
Catch me also, Fans Perspective, Dope Sports Show. Holla at your boy.
You can cop some merchandise over at our store, teespring.com/stores/GFT Radio. You can get t-shirts, sweatshirts, masks, and even more.
Next time on GFT Radio, what are we talking about? Join the conversation to find out.
Make sure you get at us on gftradioshow.com for all of our audio and video playbacks, as well as links